Hello students, welcome to the logic class. In the last class, we had discussed the theory of inference. In that context, I had told you what is a mediate inference and what is an immediate inference. As you know, immediate inference, in that you have two propositions. In a proposition, there are two terms, one is subject term and the other is predicate term. In the immediate inference, the conclusion immediately follows from a single premise. So, there is only one premise and one conclusion. There is no intermediate step in between the premise and the conclusion. So, here we proceed directly or immediately from a single premise to the conclusion. तेणु इमिडिएट इन्फरेन्स रे गोटे प्रेमिस रहिबो आउ गोटे कनक्लूजन रहिबो. कनक्लूजन प्रेमिस रु इमिडिएट फॉलो करिबो. दिस इज योर इमिडिएट इन्फरेन्स. नाउ you know, in an inductive argument, the conclusion follows from a number of premises. The example of inductive argument I had given: Ram is mortal, Hari is mortal, Gopal is mortal, and so on. Therefore, all men are mortal. So, here all men are mortal is the conclusion, and conclusion follows from a number of premises, and conclusion is more general than the premises. Conclusion says more than the premises. So, no form of immediate inference is found in induction. So, all forms of immediate inference are deductive in nature. Now, as you know, immediate inference is of four types: conversion, aversion, contraposition and inversion. But we will discuss only two, conversion and aversion, because these are in your syllabus. But before going to discuss this conversion, I think it is important to know all the categorical propositions which I had discussed yesterday. There are four categorical propositions, as you know: A, E, I and O propositions. Universal affirmative, universal negative, particular affirmative and particular negative. So, these are the four categorical propositions you have. These are technically called A, E, I and O propositions. A proposition, all S is P, distributes subject. E proposition, no S is P, distributes both subject and predicate. Then I proposition, some S is P, it does not distribute any term. Then O proposition, some S is not P, this distributes only predicate. And you know, out of all these 4 propositions, A proposition and I proposition both are affirmative in quality, both are affirmative propositions, and E proposition and O proposition, they are negative propositions. As you know, from the standpoint of quality, propositions are divided into affirmative and negative. Then from the standpoint of quantity, propositions are divided into universal and particular. A proposition and E proposition are universal propositions. Then I proposition and O proposition are particular propositions. So, for the understanding of the conversion and aversion, it is very essential to understand and to know the 4 type of categorical propositions. Now, we will move to conversion. Conversion is a form of immediate deductive inference in which the subject and predicate of the premise are legitimately transposed in the conclusion and quality remains same. So, what is the meaning of this definition? This means in the premise, you know, there are 2 terms, subject and predicate. In the conclusion also you have 2 terms, subject and predicate. Here what happens, the subject and predicate of the premise interchange their position in the conclusion. Subject and predicate of the premise are transposed in the conclusion. That means, subject of the premise becomes the predicate of the conclusion and predicate of the premise becomes the subject of the conclusion. So, this is your conversion. In conversion, there is a premise, there is a conclusion. Premise is called convertend and conclusion is called converse. So, now we will discuss the rules of conversion. What are the rules of conversion? First rule, subject of the premise becomes the predicate of the conclusion. Second rule, predicate of the premise becomes the subject of the conclusion. Then third rule, quality should be same. Quality should be same means quality of convertend and converse should be same. If convertend is affirmative, converse should be affirmative. If convertend is negative, converse also should be negative. Then we come to the fourth rule. Fourth rule says, no term can be distributed in the conclusion if it is not distributed in the premise. This means an undistributed term of the premise cannot be distributed in the conclusion, because if you do not distribute a term in the premise, if a term is undistributed in the premise, then it means you say about some. When you distribute it in the conclusion, that means you say about all. So, here you pass from some to all cases. When we pass from some to all, the conclusion becomes more general than the premise. So, it becomes inductive argument, it becomes induction, it no longer remains as deductive argument. So, these are the 4 rules of conversion. Then we will apply these rules to our 4 categorical propositions. First is A proposition. A proposition distributes subject term and A is converted to I proposition. A is converted to I proposition. A cannot be converted to A proposition. Why? Why should not it be converted to A proposition? Let us see the reason. You look at the right side of your screen, you will find A proposition there, all S is P. Then we have converted that to all P is S. Let us see whether all the rules have been applied or not. First rule, subject predicate of the premise interchange their position in the conclusion. Yes, this is true. This rule has been applied here. And second rule, quality should be same. Quality of both also is same because both are affirmative. Quality is same. Then the last rule, A proposition converse. A proposition, the conclusion which is A conclusion, A distributes the subject. So, here P is distributed in the conclusion. If P is distributed in the conclusion, then it should also be distributed in the premise. But in the premise it is not distributed. S is distributed in the premise. P is not distributed in the premise. So, it violates the rule. So, A cannot be converted to A proposition. A is converted to I proposition. Here you look at the left side of the screen, A proposition, all S is P, then converse is I proposition, sum P is S. Subject and predicate of the premise have become the predicate and subject of the conclusion respectively. Then quality of both also is same because both are affirmative. And I proposition is your conclusion. I does not distribute any term. So, we are not bothered about the distribution of terms. All the rules have been satisfied here. So, A proposition is converted to I proposition. This type of conversion is known as conversion per limitation. Conversion per limitation. When we get a particular conclusion from a universal premise, then the conversion is called conversion per limitation, because universal means it is about all, particular means it is about some. So, conclusion is particular. Here the conclusion is limited in scope in comparison to the premise which is universal. That is why this type of conversion is known as conversion per limitation. Concrete example, all crows are black, therefore, some black birds are crows. Then let us yes. Now, A is converted to I proposition, but there are some exceptions. In some cases, A is also converted to A proposition. So, what are those cases? Definition. We will see the definition. Suppose the definition of triangle. Triangle is a plane figure bounded by 3 straight lines. So, the meaning of the term triangle is same as the meaning of the term plane figure bounded by 3 straight lines. The meaning of both is same. The denotation of triangles is equal to the denotation of the term 3-sided plane figures. So, we can interchange their position, but the meaning of the proposition will not be changed. The meaning of the proposition will remain same. In place of triangle, we can write 3-sided plane figures. In place of 3-sided plane figures, we can write triangles. So, the definition is all triangles are 3-sided plane figures. All triangles, here the term is distributed. We mean the entire class, we mean the whole class, and 3-sided plane figures, the same thing, same meaning. Here also we mean the entire class in a whole class. Here both the terms are distributed. So, we can convert a proposition to a proposition. So, A is converted to a proposition if there is a definition. Let us take another definition. All of you know the definition, the definition of man is a rational animal. So, the definition is all men are rational animals. This is a proposition. Man means, what is man? Man is a rational animal. We can write rational animal in place of man. We can also write man in place of rational animal. The denotation, the number of both is same. Here both the terms are distributed and we can convert it to a proposition, that is all rational animals are men. So, A is converted to a proposition. Now, let us take another example. Mahanadi is the longest river of Odisha. Here Mahanadi is a definite singular term. Definite singular term means it refers, it stands for a definite individual or an object about which no doubt is entertained in your mind. If I utter the word, if I say the word, immediately you will understand that word and there is no question of doubt regarding that. So, when I say Mahanadi, all of you understand which river I mean. When I say the longest river of Odisha, which is the longest river of Odisha? That is Mahanadi. So, all of you know this. This is definite singular terms. So, Mahanadi, here the entire denotation is confined to only one river. The longest river of Odisha, here also the entire denotation is confined to only one river, that is Mahanadi. So, we can interchange their position without changing the meaning of the proposition. Now, this is your A proposition. Mahanadi is the longest river of Odisha. This is also A proposition. Mahanadi is distributed and the longest river of Odisha, this is also distributed. Now, we will convert this A proposition to a proposition. The longest river of Odisha is Mahanadi. So, subject becomes the predicate, predicate becomes the subject and quality remains same. And in the conclusion, both the terms are distributed. In the premise also, both the terms are distributed. So, in these cases A is converted to a proposition. Now, according to Hamilton, these propositions are called U propositions. Why are they called U propositions? Because the denotation of the subject is identical with the denotation of the predicate. दुईटा जाकर डिनोटेशन समान रोचे से गुड़ा को ए जोठी ए प्रपोजिशन गुड़ा ए प्रपोजिशन को कन्वर्ट करुचे हैमिल्टन ताको कहते से गुड़ा सब होचे यू टाइप ऑफ प्रपोजिशंस एंड व्हेन ए इज कन्वर्टेड टू ए दिस इज कॉल्ड सिंपल प्रपोजिशन simple conversion. A simple conversion is one in which the quantity of both remains same. Quantity of both is same. So, here the premise is universal and conclusion also is universal. Quantity of both is same, that is why he says that is why these conversions are known as simple conversions. Now, let us move to E proposition. E proposition, all of you know, distributes both subject and predicate. The converse of E proposition is E proposition. E is converted to E proposition. Convertant E, no S is P. E is converted to E proposition. So, the conclusion also becomes no P is S. Here subject and predicate of the premise interchange their position in the conclusion. Subject becomes predicate, predicate becomes subject. Then quality of both is same, both are negative. Conclusion E proposition distributes both subject and predicate, and these two terms are also distributed in the premise, that is also E proposition. So, E is converted to E proposition. No men are perfect, no perfect beings are men. And E proposition, when it is converted to E proposition, this type of conversion is known as simple conversion, because the quantity is same, both are universal propositions. Now, let us move to I proposition. All of you know I proposition does not distribute any term, and I proposition is converted to I proposition. So, the I proposition convertant is some S is P. Converse also is an I proposition, some P is S. Subject and predicate of the convertant have become the predicate and subject of the converse respectively. Then quality of both is same, because both are affirmative. I proposition does not distribute any term. So, we are not concerned with the distribution of terms. We need not see which term is distributed in the premise or not. Some students are honest. Conclusion, some honest persons are students. This is also simple conversion, because quantity is same, both are particular propositions. So, I is converted to I proposition. Then we will move to O proposition. Symbolic example of the O proposition is sum S is not P. O proposition distributes its predicate. O proposition cannot be converted. O proposition cannot be converted. Why? Why cannot it be converted? You see the convertant first, O proposition, sum S is not P. If we convert it, then it will be sum P is not S. Here, subject and predicate of the premise have become the predicate and subject of the conclusion. So, this rule is correct. Then the next rule, quality of both should be same. Here quality of both is same because both are negative. Then the next rule is no term can be distributed in the conclusion if it is not distributed in the premise. So, here you see converse O proposition distributes its predicate. So, predicate is here distributed. If predicate is distributed here, then it should also be distributed in the premise. But here you see S is distributed in the conclusion, but S is not distributed in the premise. In the premise P is distributed, S is not distributed. So, it violates this rule. So, O proposition cannot be converted. Now, we will discuss about conversion by negation. What is this? Some logicians have tried to convert, have attempted to convert O proposition. How do they convert O proposition? They transfer the negative sign of the premise to the predicate part. Then they convert that proposition. Let us see how does it occur. The premise is O proposition. O proposition is some students are not studious. Here some students subject, studious predicate, are not copula. Not is the negative symbol, negative sign. Not is shown along with the copula. Not टा कपुला सहित देखा है आर सहित नट अच्छी बर्तमान से माने कौन करेंगे ये जो नट अच्छी नट टाको कपुला रु हटेई देकरे से माने ताको प्रेडिकेट प्लेस को नहीं जिबे बर्तमान ताको प्रेडिकेट प्लेस को नौचंती केमती हबो चेंज्ड कन्वर्टेंट के कौन हबो सम स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट डैश स्टूडियस सम स्टूडेंट्स आर not dash studious. Not dash studious is not negative, it is positive term. It is the contradictory of the term studious. Studious रा contradictory हैला not dash studious. किंतु एटा आउ O proposition हबनी negative proposition हब नाही it will be your I proposition ता माने some S is P form रे आसीगला I proposition रे आसीगला some students are not dash studious. So, now it becomes I proposition. After that they convert this I proposition. As you know I proposition is converted to I proposition. Now, what will be the conversion? conversion is some not studious persons are students. Some not studious persons are students. This is the converse. This is I proposition. But this type of conversion is not a proper conversion because it violates all the rules of conversion. So, now we will apply the rules and we will see whether all the rules have been satisfied here or not. The first rule says subject of the premise becomes the predicate of the conclusion. You look at the original premise, that is O proposition, converted O proposition. Some students are not studious, this is the original premise and this is the converted, and we are trying to convert O proposition. Now, they have converted O proposition to I proposition. Some students, so here students, this is the subject and this has become the predicate in I proposition. So, this rule has been applied correctly. Then the second rule, predicate of the convertant becomes the subject of the converse. Now, what is the predicate of the convertant? Predicate is studious. Predicate is studious. किंतु आमे जतबेले कन्वर्स करूछु आई को आणुछु यार सब्जेक्ट कोन होची नॉट डैश स्टूडियस. सो द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ द कन्वर्स इज द contradictory of the original predicate. It should be original predicate, but instead of the original predicate, here we get the contradictory of the original predicate. So, this rule is violated. Again, O proposition is negative, whereas I proposition is affirmative. That means quality becomes different, but the rule says quality should be same. If one is affirmative, the other must be affirmative. If one is negative, the other must be negative. But here the quality is different. So, these rules are violated here. Hence, O proposition cannot be converted. There are two types of conversion. I have already told you, simple conversion and conversion per limitation. A conversion is called simple conversion if the quantity of both converted and converse is same. When E is converted to E or I is converted to I, these are examples of simple conversions. Now, conversion per limitations, when A is converted to I proposition, this is called conversion per limitation, because the conclusion is a particular conclusion, whereas premise is a universal premise. So, here is the table of conversion. A convertant, all S is P, converse some P is S, A is converted to I. Then E proposition, no S is P, converse no P is S, E is converted to E proposition. Then I proposition, some S is P and converse is some P is S, I is converted to I proposition. O proposition, some S is P and O proposition cannot be converted. So, this is all about your conversion. Now, we will move to the next immediate inference, that is your aversion. What is an aversion? Aversion is a form of immediate deductive inference in which the subject of the premise becomes the subject of the conclusion. Contradictory of the original predicate becomes the predicate of the conclusion and quality is changed. ता माने प्रेमिस रे जो सब्जेक्ट थिबो कंक्लूजन रे सेही सब्जेक्ट समान रहिबो प्रेमिस रे जोटा प्रेडिकेट थिबो तार कंट्राडिक्टोरीटा प्रेडिकेट हबो सपोज पी होची तुमरो प्रेडिकेट तार कंट्राडिक्टोरी हैला नॉट डैश पी तो होची तार कंट्राडिक्टोरी देन दैट विल बी द प्रेडिकेट इन द conclusion and quality is changed. Quality is changed means if premise is affirmative, conclusion will be negative. If premise is negative, then conclusion will be affirmative. So, quality will be changed. Now, in an aversion, there are two propositions, one premise, one conclusion. Premise is known as overturned and conclusion is known as averse. What are the rules of aversion? First rule, the subject of the overturned or subject of the premise becomes the subject of the conclusion. First rule. The contradictory of the original predicate becomes the predicate of the conclusion. Third, quality is changed. That means, if one is affirmative, the other will be negative, like this. Then the fourth rule is quantity should be same. Quantity of both should be same. That means, if premise is universal, then conclusion also will be universal. If premise is particular, then conclusion also will be particular. Then the last rule, it is the same as that of conversion rule. No term can be distributed in the conclusion if it is not distributed in the premise. And this rule is there because it is deductive inference and conclusion cannot be more general than the premise. So, these are the rules of aversion. We will apply now the rules to 4 categorical propositions, that is A, E, I and O propositions. A proposition. The averse of A is E proposition. Overturn A proposition, all S is P. So, now we get the averse, that is E proposition. No S is not dash P. Subject of the premise has become the subject of the conclusion. Contradictory of the predicate has become the predicate of the conclusion. Then quality also is changed. Premise is affirmative, whereas the conclusion is negative. Then quantity is same. Both are universal propositions. E proposition distributes subject and predicate. In the conclusion, S is distributed and S also is distributed in A proposition, that is the overturn. तेणु all S is P रू no S is not dash P आमे जेते बेले आसुछु आमे केमिति अवर्स को आसुछु सब्जेक्ट समान रहुछि प्रेडिकेट रो कंट्राडिक्टोरी को आमे प्रेडिकेट भाबरे नउछु क्वालिटी टा को चेंज करूछु affirmative थिले नेगेटिव को आणुछु आ क्वांटिटी समान रहुछि जदि प्रेमिस यूनिवर्सल अछि ताहले कंक्लूजन मध्य यूनिवर्सल रहिबो. So, A and E both are universal propositions. All the rules have been satisfied here. So, A is averted to E proposition. Concrete example, all girls are pretty, and conclusion is no girls are not as pretty. This is your A proposition. A is averted to E proposition. Now we will move to E proposition. E proposition, you know, it distributes both subject and predicate, and E proposition is averted to A proposition. Now the avertent is no S is P, E proposition. Averse is A proposition, all S is not dash P. Here subject of the premise, subject of the avertent has become the subject of the averse. Contradictory of the original predicate has become the predicate of the averse. Again, quality is changed. Avertent is negative, whereas averse is affirmative. Then quantity of both is same. Both are universal propositions. A proposition distributes subject, and this subject also is distributed in the premise, that is E proposition. E distributes both subject and predicate. So, E is averted to A proposition. Concrete example, no students are perfect, therefore, all students are not dash perfect. So, E is averted to A. Now, we will move to I proposition. The averse of I is O. I proposition, sum S is P. Then the conclusion will be sum S is not dash P. So, here I proposition is averted to O proposition. Subject is same, premise रे जो subject अच्छी, conclusion रे से subject रहिला S, premise रे जो predicate अच्छी, predicate रा contradictory को आमे नेलु not dash P, conclusion रे. Then quality is changed, premise is I, whereas conclusion is O proposition. So, first one I is affirmative, O is negative. Quantity also remains same, both are particular propositions. So, I is averted to O proposition. So, here O proposition you have to write sum S is not dash P. तमे इठी sum S is not dash P करी छाड़ी दबनी, एठी आउ गोटे not रहिबो, कारण O proposition रो फॉर्म हैला sum not रहिबो, तापरे predicate रो contradictory टाको मध्ये तुमे लेखिबो not dash P करिवो, तेनु गोटे not रहिला आ गोटे not dash P रहिबो, dash लगेइबो not परे dash रहिबो, नहेले सेटा contradictory हबो नाही. So, sum S is not dash P. Some students are sincere, some students are not dash sincere. So, I is averted to O proposition. Then O proposition. The averse of O proposition is I proposition. Avertent is O proposition, sum S is not P. The averse will be I proposition, sum S is not dash P. एठी तुमे सब्जेक्ट जहाँ अच्छी से सब्जेक्ट को नेल, प्रेडिकेट जहाँ अच्छी तार कंट्राडिक्टोरी टाको प्रेडिकेट भाव में नेल नॉट डैश पी कल. देन क्वालिटी विल बी चेंज्ड, प्रेमिस अच्छी ओ प्रपोजिशन नेगेटिव, तेणु ताकू कंक्लूजनटा जो आसीबो सेटा हबो तुमर अफर्मेटिव प्रपोजिशन ओ टू आई. एंड क्वांटिटी आल्सो remains same because both are particular propositions. Some teachers are not honest, therefore, some teachers are not dash honest. So, A is averted to E, E is averted to A, I is averted to O, and O is averted to I. So, this is about your aversion. Now, there is another type of aversion, which is known as material aversion. Some logicians have introduced this material aversion, and they claim that we can materially avert a large number of propositions. This is called material aversion because it depends on matters of fact or experience. Here, on the basis of our experience, we pass from one proposition to another proposition which says about the opposite experience. तामाने गोटे एक्सपीरियंस रु आमर जो एक्सपीरियंस अच्छी से बेसिस रे आमे गोटे प्रपोजिशन रो आउ गोटे प्रपोजिशन को जीवा जो प्रपोजिशन की आमको अपोजिट एक्सपीरियंस विषय रे कहिबो. Now, what are the rules of this material aversion? First rule, contrary of the original subject becomes the subject of the conclusion. Contrary means opposite. Then next rule, contrary or contradictory of the original predicate becomes the predicate of the conclusion, and quality remains same in both the propositions. So, subject ro contrary टाकू आमे subject नबा, predicate रो contrary और contradictory टाकू predicate भाबरे नबा, आ क्वालिटी समान रहिबो. तामाने जदि affirmative थिबो गोटे proposition आरो proposition टा मध्ये affirmative रहिबो, जदि गोटे negative थिबो आरोटा मध्ये negative रहिबो. Example they have given, knowledge is good, therefore ignorance is bad. So, we know from our experience that knowledge is good, and here we get another proposition by taking the contrary of the subject and the contrary of the predicate. We get ignorance is bad, which says about the opposite experience. Wealth is the cause of happiness and poverty is the cause of unhappiness. This is called material aversion, but this is not proper aversion because it violates all the rules of aversion. Aversion रे आमे कौन करूछु, ओरिजिनल सब्जेक्ट को सब्जेक्ट भाबरे नउछु, किंतु एठी आमे कौन करूछु, कंट्रारी ऑफ द ओरिजिनल सब्जेक्ट को सब्जेक्ट भाबरे नउछु. अवर्सन रे कॉन्ट्राडिक्टोरी ऑफ द प्रेडिकेट को आमे प्रेडिकेट भाबरे नउछु कंक्लूजन रे, किंतु एठी contrary or contradictory of the original predicate is taken as the predicate. Aversion रे quality समान रहुचे, quality different रहुचे. If one is affirmative, one is other is negative. If one is negative, other is affirmative. But here the quality remains same. So, this is all about your aversion. Now, we will move to categorical syllogism. Categorical syllogism. About syllogism I had discussed in the last class. In a syllogism there are 3 propositions, 2 are premises and 1 is the conclusion. Conclusion follows from 2 premises taken jointly. This is your syllogism, all of you know about this. So, what is a categorical syllogism? Categorical syllogism means all 3 propositions are categorical propositions, means subject, predicate and copula. All 3 are categorical propositions and it contains 3 terms. Each term occurs twice in the argument. All men are mortal. Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. This is a categorical syllogism. All these 3 propositions are categorical propositions, and here we have 3 propositions and 3 terms. man is one term, mortal is another term, and Socrates is also another term, and each term occurs twice in the argument. So, this is about your categorical syllogism. Now, we will discuss the nature of syllogistic argument. What is the nature of syllogistic argument? First point is, every syllogistic argument has three propositions. In every syllogism you have three propositions: major premise, minor premise and conclusion. And second point is, every syllogism has three terms: major term, minor term and middle term. Then the third one is, conclusion must be hypothetically necessary in character. Then the next one is, conclusion cannot be more general than the premise, and the last one is, no term can be distributed in the conclusion if it is not distributed in the premise. So, these things we will discuss in the next class, and ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ ଅଭର୍ସନ୍ ଆଉ କନଭର୍ସନ୍ କହିସାରିଛି. କନଭର୍ସନ୍ ଆଉ ଅଭର୍ସନ୍ରେ ତୁମର ଦ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ସ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ୱିଲ୍ କମ୍ ଇନ୍ ଦ କାଉନସିଲ୍ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ସ are like this: what is aversion, what is conversion, the premise of the conversion is known as dash, the conclusion of the conversion is known as dash, then A is converted to dash, I is converted to dash, what is the converse of I proposition, then why O proposition cannot be converted. This is a long question. Why O proposition cannot be converted? So, here you have to write how O proposition cannot be converted, then again you have to write the conversion by negation. So, that will be your complete answer. Similarly, in the aversion also you will get what is aversion definition. The premise of the aversion is known as dash, the conclusion of the aversion is known as dash, then A proposition is averted to dash proposition, E proposition is averted to dash proposition, like this. Then you may get a question, what is material aversion? So, you have to write everything about the material aversion, then you have to show how the material aversion is not proper aversion. So, today we discussed aversion and conversion. So, you read all these things at home and prepare your notes. Then in the next class we will discuss about the syllogism and about the nature of the syllogistic arguments, about the structure of the syllogism. So, all these things will be discussed later on. So, thank you.